well, this wasn't drugs at all. And, some false charge, some shakedown, about stolen auto parts. And the guy said, no. Well, the cops came in. Well, we're sorry, you're just taking your property. I mean, it's on the tape. It's the end one. And this was, quite moving. Again, it wasn't drugs. And this guy fought it till the end.
Himself.
And he documented everything, the abusive behavior of Oakland County law enforcement was just beyond imagination. And that had a big impact. And it's that one that LaFayette, a state representative from, Iron Mountain, he's with us all the way. I mean, you saw that thing about the crossbows and why it was, on that tape. But that was another Bill quote that was in there. But, he, but, I mean, when he said to that man, he said, I'm sorry. I am so sorry that happened to you. And it was powerful. And, and then again, I'm just saying, I think my thing had some impact because it was real. Yeah. And I thought about it quite a bit ahead of time.
Tristan Cole didn't have anything to say this time. Tristan Cole shut his mouth this time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was a dark-haired guy that was picking on me, trying to pick on me.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
Yeah, he's from up in Clare County.
Mm-hmm.
Clare? Yeah.
I believe he's Clare.
Mansalona is whatever.
He is
physical interest
he,
or whatever.
He literally is one of the worst in the entire house.
Tim, we also enjoyed when you refused to give your seat up to the cop. When he tapped you on the shoulder and you refused to relinquish that seat.
Oh, God, yeah. I just... Thank you. Well, I felt safe.
Awesome. They just
I felt I was in a safe place. I felt I was in a safe space, you see. Now, we didn't have teddy bears. Okay, there weren't any coloring books.
Yeah.
But I felt safe that this cop isn't going to... Yeah.
It was hilarious.
No, it was like he was
off and
hey, I'm John Law. Here's me. You give me your seat. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Exactly.
Now,
hold on.
what was
that exemplifies what we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's got no reason to think that he should be sitting in the seat.
Right.
No legal basis, no political reason, but he's asking him to give it up because for some reason he thinks it's meaningful and important, just like their position for the law itself.
Because he thinks that he is above him.
Or blue privilege.
Blue privilege.
I don't know. It was a mistake on his part.
Yes.
Okay, let's put it that way.
It was all on camera. It was on camera.
So, yeah, really, it was pretty, creepy. But what kind of provoked us, I wanted to say it was going to come. I'm just coming right back. Well, he told me, well, just could you move your stuff, please? Excuse me. I need to have this seat.
Wow.
That was the deal.
Yeah,
That's what he said. Just move me. I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't think so.
I love it.
That was hilarious. It was great.
What is your buddy? What is your as we should say, the king of the Senate think? What does he think's going to happen?
The king of the Senate, yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
Rick Jones. The man is he's very wise. He's very cagey. And I can't begin to predict what he's going to do. And I would like to think he's room for improvement. In the way and he's got nothing to risk either. And so I think he's gonna be okay. Depending, there's just a lot. See, my big fear is this: he's not the House, the Senate. Going to get through the Senate. Yeah, that's where the fight is going to be. And this Arlen Meekhoff is like a police slave, or what do they call the supervisor?
He's horrible. He's like Tristan Cole times 3.
So the fight in the Senate means that you're going to have to reproduce all the same testimony, you think, and you're going to have to redo your.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. What's going on? What I think is going on is that this Mike Knopf is another very powerful voice in the Senate. He's a former Michigan State police officer. He's a senator, and he's term limited. And then there's Rick Jones. Those are the two that are going to call the shots.
Who else is in the Judiciary Committee? Any friends?
Well, Steve Beta.
Steve Beta, he'll support it.
But Jones's committee, he will. There's no doubt he will.
But the rest of them aren't gonna. Tory Roca is not going to support it.
Well, no. See, they will have to get another discharge motion.
Yep.
Okay. Well, wait a minute. No, hold on. No, this Judy Emmons has replaced Kolbeck.
Oh.
Okay, because Kolbeck was purged by Meekoff.
He should be.
Because he was too
because he's horrible.
Yeah, I agree. He's not a good man.
No.
He's just a try. He doesn't bring any value to the table. I remember watching hearings. I've been in front of that Judiciary Committee at least a half a dozen times or more. I know all of these characters. They know me, and he's a narcissist. I mean, he brings up dipshit stuff that has no value, that just brings attention to himself. And Jones doesn't like the guy. And, he got on the bad side of Meekoff, so he was removed.
Bye-bye.
He's not on the committees anymore. Yeah, so this Judy Emmons is on it. She's an old-time party, person. I mean, way back, everything. She'll finish out her 16 years in elected office this year also. So those three are in charge, on this one. So I think they may be amenable to this asset forfeiture thing. I think that I think they're going to go that way. That would be my guess. So I think we're in good shape, even in the Senate. I'm just saying it'll probably get passed in lame duck. That's the usual.
That's where our stuff usually gets passed. I mean, I think.
Well, yeah.
And luckily, it's
and again, it's
that
over because
this.
it's a whole new. Yeah. Well, this guy's he's an activist. I'm telling you, I was in his office briefly. This guy has passed a lot of bills. They're all framed. I mean, this is like, what the ham? He's a smart player, and to take on this thing. And I think he's kind of on the way to the future, perhaps, with the whatever the Republican Party is going to be.
Yeah.
So, I guess he's going to go for Senate. So, yeah. And then maybe governor, who knows? You kind of move, forward, but this is, I think, kind of maybe where it's going, being a part of that game. And the future for the Republican Party is exactly what he's doing. So that's a thought anyway. That's my sense of it, if you ask me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's clear sense. It's wild times, Tim Beck. We appreciate your reflection on all this. And
okay.
I mean, we got some amazing things going on in the political thing. I'm glad. I really appreciate your perception on it and your optimism on these things. And for those that don't know, and I don't know if anyone else can answer this more specifically, I understand that the period of time to object to the language submitted has come and passed. However, the Canvas Board has not yet approved it, but it should happen sometime soon. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
That's
I'd sign off 100%. That's what's going on.
Yep.
Do you foresee? Right, because nobody challenged it on.
I don't see.
Right.
No, they can't. They're in the Board of Canvases. It's inevitable. They're going to rule yes, and then the next step will have to be a legal challenge, to the legitimacy or the way the thing is constructed or something like that, some technicality. Then they will have to do that. That would be a lawsuit. That's the next thing we need to be looking out for. Is a lawsuit to pre-challenge to keep it off the ballot because it's improperly, worded or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be the next move.
And so they can still do that.
You want to comment on what's happening in Detroit as a final question? I don't mean to pick your brain on all.
I don't know what's going on. I don't. That city, I lived there for a long time. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. And I don't mean that anything horrible happened to me when I was in Detroit. It was just fine. I'm just glad to be out of it, though. And it's there's just a lot of just confusion and stuff that's going on. It's a kind of insider game, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, certainly because of this initiative, more dispensaries got in. I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, I'm being tongue in cheek here, but there's a business angle that goes on in Detroit. That's its own planet. I mean, God dang it. The first initiative I did, I felt I had to grease all these palms. Okay, legally, of course. Given to their campaign committees and on their stuff and this and that, and the best result I ever got is that they were neutral. Period. Right. There was no help. All right. Well, I'll just talk. 2 minutes. All right. We're not. I'm not talking about it. Okay. But yeah. Thank you.
I know exactly what you're saying.
That was the kind of thing.
I'd experienced, trying to, back in the day when I was running around as a young lawyer, judges asked you help on the campaign or whatever, and I would run around with some of these judges and whatnot, and there's literally there's certain places you've got to go, you got to kiss some rings, you got to donate some money, and, you may have to do it 2 or 3 times in a cycle, but if you do it and you've got the right people. You can win. Anyone can win. It's amazing. And I know exactly what you're saying. It is a machine.
I did it, kind of. But But the interesting thing about it is, I learned a lesson. You see, I realized these people didn't really have anything to do with it. It was the people themselves, not the elected officials or commissars or whatever. So the next time we went to the polls, which is on this legalization thing, we didn't spend any money at all. Right. No politician got paid. I didn't go to no darn fundraisers. There were one with 65%. So, that's all I have to say about Detroit. I'm kind of glad I'm out of it. No one's living out here in, Bedford's place, Van Buren County.
For sure.
But that was quite a show that they put on. With all those trucks and all these big dealers and these Rolls Royces and, oh my God, look at this. These people, these criminals, these big crime bosses are just going to get away with it.
They don't exist. I think they've skewed this. I think they've skewed the stats. The 10% that they make for no convictions is probably higher, and the average percentage of monies that I think are seized that are below $25,000 or $10,000, I think is a much greater number. I don't think that it can account for, and I don't know where they're coming from. You think you'd hear about it more. You know what I mean? But it's not that. It's a lot of small little people.
Yeah. Well, I think so. I don't think, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I don't buy the police story that there's a sinister, kind of crime family or whatever the hell going on, whatever lurid tale they want to spin. I would say it's more little people, period, that are really not a deep-seated threat. That's all. And that's the fallacy of the whole drug war in and of itself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There has to that person has to exist in the drug war for the drug war to continue. If the facts were what I'm suggesting they are, and there really wasn't this, drug lord or whatever it is that they fear or created an image of, I don't think they're going to win an argument if it really comes down to that. You've got 10,000 people that you're taking, or 100,000 people taking $5,000 from or whatever it is, and that's how they're doing it. No one's going to like that. You know what I mean? That's not a thing that they're going to ever, at the end of the day. I just don't think it's a popular position to be in. No, not at all. I like the draw of the various political parties. This is a dynamic across the board, similar to cannabis, but I think you get more folks maybe that are more steadfast in believing the ending of forfeiture in conservative circles, Republican circles, even more so than cannabis or hemp. Would you agree about that?
Well, that segment is growing.
Yeah.
I